My mom died 5 years ago, and for the last 2 years my dad has been dating Ruth. She doesn't live with us, and I, 17, haven't really spent a lot of time with her. Mostly her and my dad go on dates, or she come over while I'm spending the night at a friend's house or my grandparents' house. I know my dad cares about Ruth a lot, and I don't have an issue with their relationship, but recently I've been frustrated by my dad's willingness to give Ruth a say, like parental style say, in my life. Default, the first time it happened was when I asked Dad if I could spend a weekend with my best friend's family at their cabin. Dad told me he needed to think about it, and weeks after I'd been, he mentioned that Ruth had been against it and that they only agreed for me to go as long as I called Dad at least 3 times while I was gone. In my head I was like, WTF is Ruth getting a say for? I asked him what Ruth had to do with anything, but he ignored me. Then I wanted permission to stay on my own while Dad was out of town for a few days. Dad involved Ruth in that too. And because she didn't like the idea of someone under 18 staying home alone, he said I had to choose a family member to stay with. Those came up in our fight, but it wasn't what the fight was about. My best friend's family invited me to an out-of-state Christmas market with them in December. I asked Dad if I could go. It's going to be an all-day thing, leaving early and getting home late. My dad told me he needed to talk to Ruth, and I asked him why, and he asked what I meant, and he said he didn't like me questioning his decision to involve Ruth. I told him Ruth's not my parent, so why should she get a choice in this? He told me Ruth's his partner, and I told him I didn't care because she should not have any influence over me. She doesn't live here. They're not married. She's not my parent. During the fight, I told him I don't want some random woman having a say in my life like that. My dad told me she's not some random woman, and how dare I minimize and dismiss her like that. He told me she's entitled to have a say if he says so, and I'm being a brat about her involvement. I told him that if he ever needs me to step in and care for him, he should be just fine with me finding a new boyfriend and giving him a say in his care. Dad did not like that one bit. He told me it was petty and dangerous to give someone I hardly know a say in potentially important care if he's impaired in any way in his later years. And I told him he might not be comfortable with it, but if he can do it to me, then I can do it to him. I told Dad I should let this future boyfriend decide where he gets sent to in that situation. Dad ended up really fucking pissed off at me, and he vented to my aunt, his sister, and she took my side. He wasn't happy about that, and he brought up the part where I called his girlfriend a random woman. Aunt was still on my side, so Dad sorta told her where to go, and he went to fight me and asked if I had apologized to Ruth yet. I said no, and I said I wasn't going to. Ruth's pissed as well and has a big issue with me viewing her as just some random woman who should have no say in my life, but I stand by that view of her.